The Mike Hosking Breakfast, 6 to 9 weekdays on Newstalk ZB.
You know, there it seemed like a thing until it wasn't. Guns are like fluoride, I've decided. Fluoride and MSM, people get a bit angsty over them. Out of the Christchurch massacre came the idea that gun law needed amending. The amending got another look when ACT came to power, of course, because they are libertarians and people with, broadly speaking, a common sense view of the world. And the idea that the more you restrict weaponry, the less likely you are to have a massacre is, of course, basically nonsense. And like so many things the Ardern-Hipkins era was responsible for, real-world policy for real-world behaviour wasn't one of them. Nutters get guns. The fact Tarrant got his legally didn't change the equation, and that's before you get to the bit that this is not a country of hothead crazies with a long, long list of violent massacres. It is true we have a lot of guns per head of population, but that reflects our outdoors and rural lifestyles as opposed to an American-type view of defending oneself with weaponry. Anyway, Nicole McKee, straight from the gun side of the equation, was going to have a look, and from that came the expectation that some sort of major liberalisation was coming our way. But it was not to be. Yesterday was more dabble than it was revolution, wasn't it? And the fact McKee and ACT have invoked the agree to disagree is either a sign of political maturity or seething anger, or possibly both. If you listen to Mark Mitchell around the police's role in all of this and the Firearms Safety Authority, National, we're never going to budge. There is some stuff in there, if you've read it, about 3D printing, which makes sense, gangs, etc. But overall, it puts the whole exercise into the category of a review, not an overhaul. I never thought personally a loosening of access to these so-called MSSA weapons was a major, but I get that a lot of people do or would have. In a way, I think it's a good example of the disconnect we have in this country between the city. The city would be aghast, of course, because the city doesn't use guns, basically, or get it. Most gun owners are regular, ordinary, everyday people, burdened by the irregular thinking of the Ardern's who wouldn't know one end of a gun from the other. McKee was from the other side of the equation, of course, but ultimately lost. So, carry on then. The angst was wasted. Nothing to see here.
The Mike Hosking Breakfast, 6 to 9 weekdays on Newstalk ZB.